Anthony, and good morning to all. I look forward to talking to you about building an action plan to meet your goals. It's so important that we all have a pathway so that we can measure and monitor and adjust as we go along. It's been a great opportunity to be able to understand this business over the years, and I look forward to taking you through this plan today. It's something that we all can work on. What I am going to present to you is nothing more than the fundamentals of the business. And what I've learned over the years is that we all have to have a path to follow. Even though we have good intention, we may work hard, we may have our goals, but if you don't have the directions that you can follow to make those goals a reality, it becomes really hard. So I want you to relax. This is going to be good information. I want to set the stage, and then I'm going to dive in and give you some of the very important things to consider. Now, there's one other thing I want you to know. Everything I teach today, this morning, will be built upon throughout the next 2.5 days of working through this great leadership conference. I wish I could be there. I know there's so much energy there and so much success getting ready to burst out of the homes. So let's get started, and just remember some things that when we get going here, we all have the opportunity to get it done now. We don't want to use the pandemic or the setbacks of 2020. We want you to understand it's the right time, the right company, and the right business. And remember, change your thoughts and you can change your world. And that's something that's so very important to remember. And I will say this to you over and over again, that you have the power if you can put it to a path and measure it on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. Another thing that's very important that we think about is that entrepreneurism is at an all-time high. It's never been higher, and it's growing. Incomes are not keeping up with lifestyles. We all want more in what we do. And people are looking for ways that they can add to what they have today. Internet popularity, as Anthony was stating earlier, with online shopping and social media exposure, it's at an all-time high and doing what? Growing. We are in the right place at the right time with the right business, and that's something that we can really build upon. Now, we are a company that offers an option and a proven way for entrepreneurs to create supplemental income by owning an unfranchised business. And I want to welcome all the guests that are here today. And while you may not understand the path that I build, these will be taught in the fundamentals of the basic 5, the actual thread that holds together this entire program that you can depend upon, because it's like breathing. You'll grow into the rhythm of the business, and it's just phenomenal. Now, I want to remind you what we have. We have the Management Performance Compensation Plan. It's a horizontal versus vertical marketing exposure for distribution. We are not in competition with one another. We actually build through one another, and our success is built on the success of one another. We use the power of 2 with the binomial expansion, being the first to bring this to change an industry. And we have over the last almost 3 decades now. The power is in our structure. It supports teamwork, and it's the economic glue that we have through our compensation plan to finally build upon a business that will pay you what you feel you are worth. The ability to place business volume and internet business volume within our teams, the accrual of volume for 365 days for both business volume and internet business volume. There are no levels. We're not a multi-level marketing company. You get paid on your distribution. And we offer a re-entry feature of business development centers so that you can plug a second or third or fourth business within the volume that's created from within your organization, not taking away energy from your team, but only adding more so that more of your team can succeed. I absolutely love the concept. It's been working over and over again. With regional unification, it builds the opportunity to expand outside of your hometown to countries, surrounding countries, and eventually around the world. The income is based on other unfranchised owners' success, and there's limited monthly activity requirements. Think about a traditional business. To run an unfranchised business, it's so very economical that it just makes sense to take a really hard look as to why you want to own an unfranchised business. I absolutely love what we've put together, and it works. I don't want you, if you're a guest today, to figure out why it won't work. I want you to figure out how you can work for yourself, and that's going to be really strong for you. Remember, our business offers both profitability and stability because of our product brokerage positioning. We are in the hot markets at the right time, a business that can be passed on, and a retail system versus a buying system. Yes, our business is distribution, and we evolve into the shopping annuity based on owning the stores and being able to shop from our own stores to help grow an additional income on top of the traditional income that we offer through our management performance compensation plan by selling our exclusively branded products. We are built to pay from the very beginning maximum commissions, and we are built for your success and what people can realistically and actually do. Now, that's pretty exciting when you start off the day realizing that you have a tool, an option that can allow you on a part-time to full-time basis to build a business of what you set your goals to be. It's so powerful, and it's proven, and we've been here for almost 30 years. We are in our 29th year of operation, and we're excited to know that we've helped so many thousands of people. We have our unfranchised business development systems that you'll learn about throughout this weekend, whether it be the Basic 5 or whether it be our registration system, whether it's our recruiting systems, whether it's our shopping annuity master member program, our master UFO program, whatever it is within our qualifying process, our global meeting training seminar system. These are all systems that we implement and teach through the fundamentals of the Basic 5. Building your action plan. Let's dive in and really get to understand what makes your business grow. Now, what I want to do as we go into this is I want to set some goals. So let's just make this our goal for this example. I want to become a professional coordinator in 18 months, and I can spend 12 to 15 hours per week. And I understand what my total startup capital is and what my ongoing responsibilities are. Now, all of these things should be identified before defining a plan of action. I want everybody to understand this. So you have to understand where you want to be financially, and you'll translate it into an unfranchised level. You have to understand what type of time you can put into the business, and that's focus time, not leverage time. And we want to understand what the cost is for startup and ongoing. And we want to remember that if you're in business, you're looking to be a profitable business. I hope we all can agree to that. All right, so action plans are the steps to success in achieving our goals. It's the tasks that must be set to a timeline. So very important. Success is a ladder that you cannot climb with your hands in your pocket, meaning you have to be involved. The tasks must be implemented on daily, weekly, and monthly increments. What does this all mean? It has to be consistent, and you have to be involved in building your business. You must take responsibility for the success of your business. And as the team works together, it just creates added momentum. So I want you all to think about this, all right? I want you to think about what a professional coordinator is. A professional coordinator earns, this is US dollars, $4,500 US dollars to $7,499 US dollars in a 4-week pay period. Now, each of your countries have country currencies, so you'll have to be able to translate that to your own area that you're building. You need to have one business development center qualified and activated to get paid upon. And to make the $4,500 US dollar level, you have to have one business development center, that's what BDC is, flushing 3 times per 4 weeks. The number of Go Now unfranchise owners that you must personally sponsor is 4 per organization. Now, the organization is one on your left and one on your right. I refer to them as legs, okay? 2 legs, 4 personally sponsored on the left, 4 personally sponsored on the right, that are what we term Go Now unfranchise owners. So what's a Go Now unfranchise owner? Well, they're an unfranchise owner that commits to build through the Getting Started guide in their first 12 months of the business. They are individuals that commit to master the basic 5. Those are the things that we learn through attitude and knowledge, through goal setting, through retailing, through prospecting and qualifying and sponsoring, and then ultimately to follow up and build duplication through the ABC pattern. These are all things that are based in the basic 5. We have to learn how to show the plan. If you're going to be a professional and want professional income, you have to be able to share what you do. We build out base 10, 7 strong in the first 4 to 6 months. Now that is part of the Getting Started guide, and your sponsor can take you through that. It's a very important tool for us. Base 10 refers to 10 individual repeat customers, and 7 strong is you and 3 teammates on the left and 3 teammates on the right that basically serve 10 customers. Once you build your base 10, 7 strong, you're now earning consistent commissions. This is a beautiful thing. At that point, you focus on becoming a master unfranchise owner. You notice the pin that I have. I'm very proud of that because of the consistency in the way that I work my business. I am a good follower and I am a self-starter, and I requalify as a master unfranchise owner and target 3 out of 4 quarters per year, calendar year. So if anybody asks you what is a Go Now unfranchise owner, that's what they are, and these are the people that really excel in building organizations. This is a picture of base 10, 7 strong, where you have 3 on the left, 3 on the right, each generating through 10 clients, repeat customers, and personal use, approximately 500 business volume per month in production. So this is very important to understand. This is the microcosm of the business. This is the foundation in which you can grow by simply duplicating what you have done. Does everybody understand that? I want you to understand this because if you know what base 10, 7 strong is, then you'll understand we bring in our personally sponsored, then we teach them how to build the 7 strong, and just on one organization, you have 28 unfranchise owners creating 500 business volume or more than 10,000 business volume a month, just in building through 4 personally sponsored base 10, 7 strong. You're at a senior master. And what we know over the years is that a minimum of one of these individuals will excel not only to professional coordinator, but beyond. Now, laying this foundation is an important part of long-term success. I wanted you to see where the organization comes from. It wasn't you bringing these people in. It was the 4 people in that organization that through your teaching and support identified more individuals. Now, this can go faster or this can go slower, but I wanted you to see exactly what you were looking to build. Now, if you get to the second tier of taking those individuals that have gone to base 10-7 strong and they duplicate, now you're at an area of exceeding 20,000 business volume per month, and that is flushing every week. You see, it's so important that you put in motion something that people can follow and measure. And that's why the Getting Started Guide and Base 10-7 Strong is the easiest pathway for the first 4 to 6 months that somebody comes into business. And what I've learned over the years, I have learned that if people understand Base 10-7 Strong before they come into business, they come into business with urgency. Okay, that's really important, because I don't know about you, but there's been many times where I sponsored someone in the business and they didn't do anything. And the reason was they didn't really understand what had to be done to get what they wanted. So I learned how to what? Qualify better. That's why we take people through that no decision close. It's no use sponsoring an individual that doesn't stay in the business. That's something to remember. When you're building your goals, you want to make sure that you have both short-term and long-term, all right? What we're looking for short-term is looking to build 2 solid professional coordinators, one on the left, one on the right, and long-term, in each of those 2 organizations, we want to build directors in each leg with multiple nationals, supervising coordinators, professional coordinators, and executive coordinators. Why? Because your income is secured through the success of your team. And this is what people need to understand. This is why we are so different than the corporate world. We don't have to wait until somebody dies or somebody is terminated before you move up. Every one of you have the exact same potential return as I do. And there are many of you that can meet and surpass the success that I've enjoyed over the last 3 decades. Now, in summary, let me just go over this. What would be a plan of action? Well, retailing-wise, this is how I recommend you consider building this business. Set 2 customers per week for the first 12 weeks to achieve 10 repeat preferred customers. Now, I know you're saying that comes out to 24. That is correct, but everybody doesn't buy a second time. Some of the people that buy will come back and buy 2 months later. And then some of the people will love our products and buy them every month. So you've got to play the numbers, and that's why it's 2 customers per week, and we are looking for them to average purchases that total 40 business volume or above, all right? We want to qualify your businesses by qualifying people by doing 2 evaluations with the no decision close per week. Now, again, you want to measure it on a weekly basis, but you could measure it on a monthly basis or 8 evaluations each calendar month. Well, that's 104 evaluations per year, and I will guarantee you, you will find some go now unfranchise owners in going through those evaluations. Now, leadership development is real simple. Lead from the front. Lead by example. Attend the global meeting training seminar system events. Buy your tickets. Buy them in advance. Invest in your business with tickets. direct and empower your Go Now unfranchise owners to grow. Ladies and gentlemen, the thing that I learned over the years was that we are not looking for your team to be dependent of you as a leader, but we're looking to grow leaders in our organization to become independent of you so that they're taking on responsibilities so that you can enjoy the hard work that you put into and minimize what you have to do on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis to enjoy that supplemental income that you create. Now you'll manage and hold your Go Now on franchise owners accountable, and you'll duplicate. That's it. You'll measure from the Getting Started Guide, and then you'll measure from the Master on Franchise Owner program. It's a download that you can follow, and it's a great way to measure. Anything worth doing is worth measuring. Keys to remember when building an action plan. Cover your monthly unfranchised business expenses with retail profits. If your overhead is $300 US, I'm giving you an example, as if it was a US business, you must generate $300 in net retail profits. An example would be selling through in the United States 10 daily essential packets with 10 isotonic vitamin Ds with K2. That would definitely cover your $300 in monthly expenses. Now, if you understand that, your retail base will drive your business and will keep you operating in the black. And this is important because as we earn commissions and bonuses, we want to meet your financial goals with those. All right. So this is a very strong fundamental of unfranchised business ownership. Okay. Always build through the fundamentals of the unfranchised business development system of the basic 5 and base 10, 7 strong, and imprint. We spent a great deal of time in not only duplicating, but making it a habit in the way that we do our building of the business. It's sort of like what I refer to of the rhythm of the business, so that you're actually implementing the basic 5 daily without even thinking about it, okay? Every organization or leg that you build should include a personally sponsoring goal of four Go Now unfranchise owners. Do not stop by sponsoring only 1 unfranchise owner. That's a big mistake of many people, and we've lost a lot of commissions because people only sponsored 1 in each organization. 4 minimum who commit to be what? Go Now, based on understanding what a Go Now and franchise owner is. So let's build an action plan. We have a written goal statement. We translate the goal statement into an unfranchised level. We determine from the unfranchised level how many business development centers must be opened and how frequent they must cycle in a 4-week period to meet the unfranchised level. Let me give you an example. A professional coordinator must have 1 business development center open and must cycle $1,500 US in BV commissions 3 out of 4 weeks, which total $4,500. Okay, does everybody understand that? Let's look at another one. If you want to become a national supervising coordinator, you have to have 2 business development centers open. 1 business development center must cycle $1,500 in commissions every week, 4 out of 4 weeks, totaling $6,000. We have to get to the $13,500 in commissions from that center in the 12 weeks. And now we can open up the second center. And then the second business development center has to be able to cycle $1,500 in commissions 3 out of 4 weeks. So what is that? If you have a national, you have 001, 002. You have 2 legs coming off of 001 and a 3rd leg coming off of 002. The total number of personally sponsored is no longer 8, it becomes 12. 4 personally sponsored in each of the 3 legs. This is how we set our measurements. Now, if you want to become a director, you have to have 3 business development centers open. Each business development must cycle 4 times in a 4-week pay cycle, which will bring you to $18,000. Now, I want you to understand, yes, there's bonuses in there, but I keep it simple. I only count commissions. Now, the bonuses do count, and so do the IBV commissions count. But when we do an action plan, the only thing we can depend upon is what we can do with our exclusive brands in building out distribution. I hope you understand that. Management bonuses are no guarantee. IBV commissions are no guarantee, but BV commissions are guaranteed. And as the organization grows, you get more management bonuses and more IBV commissions. All right, I hope that can help sink in so you understand that. Very powerful. Step 4, you must know how many dedicated hours you have and you can spend each week to secure a 1-year commitment of building. So ladies and gentlemen, if you can only give me 8 hours a week, I want 8 focused hours. It's not 8 hours while you leverage something else. That's called leverage time. I want focus time. If you can spend 12 hours, I want 12 hours of focus time. So you have to decide. Then number 5, you determine if there's any financial restrictions. It's important that your sponsor and your senior managers understand that if you have financial restrictions, that they're aware of it, so they're not asking you to do something that you can't afford to do, all right? Number 6, you have to set the same minimum retail goals, 10 repeat preferred customers purchasing a minimum of 40 business volume and exceeding 400 group business volume in monthly orders and a minimum of 100 personal business volume. Now, the first thing I would do, I would take an inventory of my organization and I would ask, are my members, my unfranchised owners meeting the basic criteria? And if they're not, what can we do to improve that? That's what good management, that's what good leadership does, all right? And it's critical. Ladies and gentlemen, you must maintain your auto ship for the accrual option and completing of the shopping annuity assessment each quarter. And you have to be on auto renewal, and you have to make sure Shop Buddy is a part of your shop.com site. Now, these are important. There's no exceptions. People need to understand that having your auto ship in place helps save you time and administrative headaches. It's so, so very important. Number 7, every organization, every leg, when building out a business development center, should have a minimum of 4 personally sponsored Go Now unfranchised owner building out base 10, 7 strong. And the business plans in number 8 and action plans are only as good as the team who makes them. And that's the combination of you, your sponsor, your mentor or senior partner, and you all have to agree on it. You can't have your sponsor and your senior manager come in and tell you what to do if you don't want to do it. It has to be, what do you want? When do you want it by? How much time can you put into it? And the action plan will be built based on those questions. So let's take you through the next level deep, and you can understand this. Now, this is an amazing thing that I'm talking to you about, because why am I digging this deep? Well, being in this business for almost 30 years as an unfranchised owner, I have been approached by people that I want in the business to say, how can I build an income, a supplemental income of X, okay, by only spending 15 hours a week? Dennis, do you know that's more money than I make now after I've been working for 20 years? Now, how can you explain that to someone? I mean, not just say, oh, we'll follow the plan. Well, that's just not good enough. All right, that's really not good enough. They want to see it, because here's what I learned. If you can show people how they can get what they want and they understand it, they will move heaven and earth to get it. But if you just paint that blue sky out there that you can have this, but cannot show how they can go from here to here, they will not go there no matter what you do. Does everybody understand that? So let's take a look at this. So I told you about creating 2 customers per week for a minimum of 12 weeks of building at least 24, 25 customers to get the 12 repeat. Now, what does that take? Now, this is exactly what I did and what I've taught many of my leaders to do, and that is to approach 4 people. It takes about 15 minutes each. You set up 2 appointments to talk about the plan online or in person, having coffee, whatever. That takes about 30 minutes. So you have to invest at least 2 hours of time for 1 customer. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that means to get 2 customers a week, if you're brand new, you need 4 hours just focused on retailing. Does everybody understand that? So this is important to understand. If you're going to build base 10, 7 strong, that isn't get 10 customers. I didn't say that. I said 10 repeat customers that are generating 400 business volume per month plus your 100 in personal use. Okay, I want you to remember that. All right, now, what does 1 new unfranchised hour take? Now, take a look at this, what it takes to bring in a partner. 16 names is what it took me. It took me 4 hours to contact them, 15 minutes each. I got 8 evaluations out of that. Each took an hour, 8 follow-up calls. That took another 15 minutes each for another 2 hours. I had to build to the 2nd level with the no decision close. That was another 4 hours. I had to do more follow-up calls. I had to go to UBPs or HBPs, that's unfranchised business presentation or a home business presentation. And I had follow-up calls. I had to get to the C level before I got those follow-up calls done until I got 1 new partner. That took 32 hours to do, 32 focused hours. Does everybody understand that? Now, let me tell you what the residual is of doing that. You have another 7 or 8 good people in the funnel in addition to sponsoring 1 if you do it right. If you want to get 2 new partners every 3 months, that's 64 hours of effort to get 2 new partners, or about 6 hours per week towards your recruiting effort, your qualifying effort. All right. So understand when I say this, this is a professional business that takes time. Of course, can you get good at it and it can take less time or it can take more time? I'm just telling you what it took me in the beginning to build this business and to build it solid so that I had a residual or a supplemental income that was just reoccurring. It kept coming back, all right, because of the success. Now, monthly support and training. I had calls with my mentor. My mentor was J.R. Reininger when I came in. Online training sessions. I had GMTSS events, 8 out of 12 months I was going to. I had monthly administration of about 2 hours. And I want all of you to see it was just 2 hours a month. That's 30 minutes a week. I'm not spending all day on my administration of my business. That's just not profitable. Miscellaneous, I have a couple hours in there, and that's 18 hours during that time, or about 4.5 hours per week. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is adding up to a lot of time, isn't it? Well, let's put it together. 16 hours, 24 hours, 18 hours, that's 58 hours. Or if you divide that by 4, that's approximately 14 or 15 hours per week. And you got to ask yourself, can I put 15 hours a week or 14 hours a week into building to reach my goals? That's what my action plan is going to take. Remember, we got to get 4. And we also remember from the Getting Started Guide that we want people to commit at least a year to get this done. So on this alone, you build base 10-7 strong over the first 6 months, and the next 2 quarters, you're working to get at least 2 personally sponsored. This is what the action plan is being laid out. I hope you understand that. Now, many of you are saying, oh my gosh, I'm lost. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just talking to you about our business. That's it. I'm a professional. I want to make professional income. Do you want to make professional income? Are you expecting it to drop from the sky? No, it doesn't work that way. But you know what? You're all hardworking people. But all I'm saying is let's put your effort to what we know will give you the return. And that's what you're going to learn throughout these next 2.5 days. And that's why I'm so excited to be with you. Now, we can leverage our time and work smarter. We can do product previews where we can have multiple people. You can work with a partner so you can do them alternately every other week and maybe have multiple people at each. You can do group interviews. You can also do home business presentations and bring multiple people. Hey, listen, I stacked up when I scheduled appointments. I would schedule what I thought were 1. I would schedule 2. I would schedule 3. Why? Because sometimes people don't show up. And even if the 3 people all showed up, it was great because it was 3 prospects and me and my partner, JR, and we would be able to talk through what we were trying to show them could be an option for what they might want financially to create the supplemental income. And of course, when you start working the ABC pattern in trial run, think about this. You're now being exposed to other people's people. And no matter who the people are in your organization, they're your people. Nobody owns anyone. We basically are helping one another to succeed because we get 100% of the business volume and internet business volume that flows up. It doesn't matter. Of the many directors that I help build in my organization, I've only sponsored 3 of them. All of the others came from other people's people. So you work with the people that become go-nows. That's how it's done. That's how you leverage your time and work smarter. So let's do a quick summary. All right, retailing, qualifying, training, and administration are intertwined. Just like antioxidants fight free radicals, they're intertwined so that through leverage time, the global meeting training seminar system and business development systems of our unfranchised program, the many activities merge to becoming a more manageable 12 to 15 hours per week. And you have to ask yourself, what am I willing to give up to get what I really want? And that's the big question over and over again. You know, I hear it all the time. People tell me what they want. I want this, I want that, what I want to do, I want all this. But they're not willing to do what has to be done. All right. So again, I'm showing you what, if you want to break it down, and remember what I told you, that a person who wants something, if you can show them exactly what they have to do to get exactly what they want, and they understand it, they will move heaven and earth to get that done. All right. So that's really where I wanted to take you today in building the action plan and take you to the next level. But I will say one thing about all of this. When I think about my journey as an unfranchised owner, it all started with a dream. And from a dream, it went into a vision. And from that vision, it went into goals that were both short term, they were medium term, they were long term, but they all went into a plan of action. And by laying the plan of action, having the game plan to win not only the game, but the championship, that made it all different. I understood when JR said to me that we were going to create an environment that would allow people to shop 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I believed that. And that was in 1992, before the internet even launched to the general public. I believed that with all my heart because he believed that. And whenever I was on a team that was led by an individual who was willing to do the work and willing to get out there and lead the way, show the way, and know the way, we won championships. And I bought that. And that's something that I want you to do. I want you to look to that person left or right of you if you have guests with you today and say, are these the people that I can work with to build a championship? Are these the people that really want what they want? Are these the individuals that are willing to do what it takes to get to that next level? And you may or may not. Whether you do or not, that's up to you. We want you to do it, because we love to create success stories. The one thing that everybody needs to understand, this business is not easy, but this business is certainly doable. And if you have a plan of action to meet your goals, you will be able to measure your daily output, your weekly output, your monthly output, and you will be able to celebrate with the people that put in the work to get the exact same thing that they're wanting to get. Now, we always enjoy recognition, and I understand that you've got some great recognition to many of your teammates that have grown over these last few months. And I really want to say congratulations to them. Why? Because I know what it takes to succeed. And the bottom line is this: you can succeed. No matter who you are, you can succeed if you're willing to do the work. And this leadership school, the great speakers that will be following me, talking about the basic five, the great parts of the products that we have and how to make that work with getting consumers to use the products and ultimately attracting people to be in the business, it's all there. The only thing you have to decide if you're ready to make it happen. Okay. And that's my message today. You know, I want to thank you very much for having me today. I wish I could be there in person. I wish we could all be there in person. I hope you'll join me in Las Vegas in the United States for the World Conference, March 24th. It's going to be a great 3-day event there. And I will say this: the new things that are coming out and the tools that we've created to help you implement your action plan better each and every day, every week, every month will take you to the top. All right, stay focused, stay the course, and I'll see you at the top. Thank you very much.
Introducing the all-new Unfranchised Marketing app. Simply stated, this is the app to share all your favorite tools and samples right from your phone.